Good morning. So sorry I'm a little late today. My husband had to get up early, and so that kind of throws off my day a lot. Okay, so first things first, if you want to see my other Jesus Time videos, the YouTube is in the bio. The link is in the bio. Hi, April. So if you want to see those, YouTube link in the bio. Podcast, hi, Diane. Podcast link is in the bio. I might have told you. It's okay. You didn't cheat. Okay, so let's see. If you find content valuable, remember to like, heart, share, comment, any of those things on whatever platform you're on. For any person that it uplifts you, encourages you, that you feel like will bring value to your family, to your friends. Subscribe if it's on YouTube. Any of those things, okay? Because that helps your favorite creator, person who brings value to your life, that helps them to go further. I mean, helps their message to go further. You know what I mean? So other people are able to benefit as well, not just you. So, okay. And along that line, today's verse is, good morning, Nicole. Oh, how did your interview go yesterday, Nicole? Okay. So, do nothing out of selfish, yay, congratulations. Okay. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility, consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. Philippians 2, verses 3 through 4. All right. So, there's a lot in that verse, right? There's a lot in that verse. And it really wants me to I really feel like I want to break it down a little bit. When I'm looking at this verse, and when I do these Jesus Times, this is the stuff that I take from it. So something that you take from it might be completely different. So if you listen to the verse and you take something different, I would love for you to tell us what you take from it. Because we all have different ways that we learn and different things that we learn at different times. I very much believe that God gives us the verses that we are reading, and he gives them meaning in a different way to our lives at different times in our lives. And some of my kids are up, so they may or may not come in here. It just depends. Okay. So do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. I feel like that's kind of okay, I got that. You know, we don't want to have our selfish ambition. When we are here on this earth, we are here to serve other people. Now, I say that, but I also want you to understand that when I say serve others, I don't mean be a doormat for others. I'm sorry. Hey, Gabriel, can you bring me my water over there on that box right there in front of you, babe? You're looking the wrong way. Look back this way. Look down there, right there on that box. You see it? Thank you. That's what it's like to have kids. You can ask them to do things, and that's fun. But serving others does not mean, thank you, baby, being a doormat for others. It means giving them what they need out of love. Okay? Giving them what they need out of love. The love that Christ has given us for each other, to pray for each other, to help each other in our darkest times. I mean, there are people that go through things all of a sudden. There are people that have been going through things for a long time, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. There's all kinds of ways that we are here to serve each other. And the biggest way that we are here to serve each other is to spread the love of Christ to each person, right? Is to shine our light that Christ has given us so that we can help other people see that light. Because you know what? A lot of people's lights that they shine, sometimes they become dimmed, or they become bitter, or they become sad, or they become, maybe they're afraid of their light. I'll be honest, I was kind of one of those people for a long time. I was afraid to shine my light, because if I shine my light, I feel like it's a big thing. Like, my light inside of my heart feels like it wants to explode out of me and engulf everything. And that actually scared me a lot for a long time. So I would just say, no, 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 we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today, because that's going to make other people want to run away. Like, so we can't do that. We can't shine that light. We can't be that bright, and so I dimmed and dimmed and dimmed and dimmed for a very long time, because I thought, if I shine this light, so many people are going to run away from me. They're not going to want to be around me. And that happens now. There are people that unfollow, unfriend, leave, whatever, because of the light that I shine. But see, the thing about it is, your light is not meant for everybody. The light that God has given you in your heart, the way that you spread love, the way that you share Jesus, it is not going to be the same than me. It's not going to be the same as me, okay? And so everything is going to be a little bit different in your life. And so you are going to be meant to attract the people that you attract, and you're going to repel the people that aren't meant to be around you. Maybe those people aren't ready to shine their light. Maybe those people aren't even ready to see light, okay? Some people just aren't. And sometimes we're not the ones that are meant to do it for them, no matter how hard that is to accept. I mean, sometimes we have family members, we have really good friends, we have just people in our lives that we expect and feel like will want to shine their light with us, and they don't. And in fact, they don't like our light. And in fact, they will tell us that they don't like our light. And that happens a lot. And then a lot of people will dim because of that, because they say, well, the closest people in my life don't even like what I'm doing, so I'm going to tamper it down. But guys, as hard as it is, sometimes the closest people in your life are just not meant to see it. They're just not meant to understand it. They're not meant to shine theirs because you shine yours. Their light has been dimmed. It has been stamped on. It has been stomped on. It has been put out over and over and over by somebody else in their life, by the world, by some stories that they believe, by things that have happened to them. And they have yet to turn around and look at Jesus and say, I'm ready to walk my own path. And when you do it, when you walk your own path, you serve them, even if you don't know it. You serve them better if you walk your path than if you sit still, than if you dim your light for them. Because when you dim your light for them, then they're like, see, I knew it couldn't happen. See, I knew this wasn't a real thing. See, I knew she couldn't do it. See, I was right all along. You just keep that light dimmed. And then when you try again, the harder it is to get past that. So when you walk your path and you shine your light, you serve them better, because even if it takes time, even if it takes them years, okay? Centuries, no, maybe not, but years, they are going to eventually take notice, maybe. And you serve them by doing that for them, by showing them that it is possible for them to let their light shine, to let it out, to walk their path with Jesus, to be forgiven, to come back, to do whatever it is that they are supposed to do in their life. You give them hope by serving, by walking your path and serving them in that way. And so when I read the next part of this, each of you, which I skipped a sentence that says, but in humility, consider others better than yourselves. So, humility is actually kind of hard for me. I have to work at it, and I feel like God is working on me in that way. I am very compassionate and kind of an empathic to people. I can understand when people feel a certain way, but I have a lot of empathy for them. But humility is kind of hard for me. And I didn't actually realize that until the last week. And so sometimes I will get off of these videos and I will be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I did not actually do what I was supposed to do for you. Like, I am so sorry. I think that was just, I'm sorry. I will delete it. And the moment that those thoughts start coming to me, I know that Satan's just trying to pick at me. Like, he's just trying to pick at me. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You did wrong. Delete that video. And so, you know what I do instead? Now, I go and upload it to YouTube. As soon as I feel like I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I said something wrong or something like that, I will go and upload it to YouTube just on purpose because I know he's trying to keep me. Go play, okay? So, each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. I think that people skew that into saying, I have to put everybody else before myself, right? Like, there's these moments where you feel like you should not be, I'm sorry, I don't know, this frog in my throat, it must be from yesterday because I was really hot yesterday. But anyways, and I was in the most pollen you've ever seen in your entire life, feels like. But we feel like we should make ourselves super small and never do anything for ourselves and always put the other interests of others ahead of us. But I think it's become skewed. Okay, it's become so skewed because those interests, those interests of other people, it's become like, I have to give you all of me and I can never refill my cup. I can't even sit down and take time to read the Bible and have time with God and have time to pray because I have to give so much of my life. Because he says right here, I have to give every single thing that I have to other people before I consider myself. But here is the thing about that. If you do not consider yourself, if you do not put yourself in a place where you develop who you are through personal development, through walking with Jesus, through prayer time, through Bible time, if none of that is a priority and everything else is, you become a shell of who you are. You cannot serve anybody in that aspect. Giving and giving and giving to other people, that does not mean constantly going and going and going for other people. Thinking about somebody else's interests before your own does not mean never reading the Bible. That does not mean never taking time for yourself. That does not mean those things. What it means is that you are serving others by sharing what Jesus has given you, by sharing your talents, by sharing your ears, by sharing your voice, by sharing your walk. Now, on the flip side, if you want to do something and it is going to hurt somebody and probably you as well, and it is not the path that Jesus has taken or given you, then yes, consider at that point the interests for you. Is this what God has given me to do? Or is this how is this going to affect these people in my life that God has given me to serve? So if you are at a point in your life where you feel like there are things, maybe the pasture is greener on the other side for something. Maybe a way to cope is not quite a healthy way to cope. Drugs, addiction, all of these things. We have choices every single day on how we choose to do these things. Every single day. You make one decision at a time. And each decision that you make into those things takes you deeper and deeper into that world. And it makes it harder and harder to make the next decision. So, being on the brink of those things, you can be kind of blinded because Satan doesn't want you to see that you're making these decisions. He just wants you to feel good. Okay? He just wants you to feel like these decisions are the good decisions in your life. And it makes me feel good, so I'm going to do it. And here we are again, letting our feelings lead us. And so if you have something in your life where your feelings are leading you to it and you're like, well, this makes me feel good, so I'm just going to do it anyway. Well, this makes me feel good, so I'm just going to do it anyway. That feel good moment is short-lived. Understand me, it is short-lived. I don't care if it's 10 years. I don't care if it's 15 years short-lived. I don't care if it's 50 years short-lived. Do you understand that that decision, even if it makes you feel good here on earth, is not going to make you feel good for an eternity with Jesus because you're not going to be there? The decisions that you make here on earth that make you feel good, the ones that affect you, your body, take you to a dark, depressed, bitter, angry place. And in fact, you then take the people around you to that place. And then the actions that you take affect every single person around you because you want to feel good in the moment. All of those actions are cheap fixes to the life that we live here on this earth. And you will actually feel good when you walk the path that Jesus gives you. And that will be a long-term feeling, a feeling that you can spread to others, a feeling that you can serve the world with, a feeling that you can take to Jesus and say, look what I did. But if you take the cheap fixes of our life now and you let them blind you and you let your feelings lead you, you may get down the path and never turn around. It may be too hard at that point. You may be so blinded, you might not even know it. So if you feel like you are doing that now, if you are even starting out on that path, it's time to make the decision to turn around. Because you will serve your family, your life, your people, yourself, your God so much better if you turn around and walk the path that He has given you today. And make the decision to not let your feelings rule your life. So when you are putting other people's interests ahead of your own, you're not giving your entire self. You're not giving every single piece and ounce of energy that you have. Sometimes putting other people's interests above yours looks like refilling your cup so that you can continue to help others, so you can continue to serve others, so you can continue to be a happy, patient, loving mother, so you can continue to go to work and do the best thing that you do every single day, so that you can continue to serve God and show His excitement and show His love and grow in Him. You have to refill your cup. You have to give yourself time. Walking the path that God has put before you will be where you serve this world the best, no matter how hard it is. And that is where your feelings, oh man, they will bust out of your heart and you will feel better than you have ever literally felt in your entire life, because your heart will feel like it wants to explode all the time with the love that Jesus has for you and the love that Jesus has for others. And all you want to do is share it and show it. And it will be amazing. So, I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope that you understand that refilling your cup serves the world, helps you serve the world and walk the path that God has given you in such a better way, in such a stronger way. And you can shine your light so much brighter. I'm proud of you.